You're listening to Conversation Kingz with Dominic Emerson, only on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Conversation Kingz. I'm your host, Dominic Emerson, and I'm here on LA Talk Radio, and I'm here to bring inspiration, motivation, and encouragement to those out there who are looking for someone to encourage them and to uplift them and take them to the next level. See, here at the Conversation Kingz, I'm all about just encouraging people to move forward, to encourage themselves to push to the next level. Because sometimes we just need somebody to come on and just talk to us and just move to that next level to give us that nudge in order for us to go forward. So the Conversation Kingz show, I'm definitely going to have other guests. I'm definitely going to have entrepreneurs, therapists, some mentors, motivational speakers, people who you can relate to in order to fill yourself up for those things that you need and desire to move forward. So my show today, I'm basically talking about expectations, because in this life, in today's society, we have so many expectations on us in order for us to move in a certain direction. Now, I say when it comes to expectations, it's all about what you expect from yourself, not from what other people expect of you, because so many people will put a burden on you or put their weight on you because that's what they expect. But the reality is, what do you expect from yourself? What are you trying to achieve for yourself? What direction do you want yourself to go in? Every now and then you have to have that expectation and you have to write it out and make it plain. On one of my whiteboards, I write down focus. And then the other whiteboard, I write down it's never personal. It's always business, because my expectations for myself, it's not personal for me. This is business. This is something that I have to strive to do, and so that's my encouragement for everyone out there that's watching, listening. And once again, this is the Conversation Kingz on LA Talk Radio. I am your host, Dominic Emerson. So like, follow, subscribe, tap in, tune in, because I want to be an inspiration to you. So that way you can meet your own expectations in life for what you have, right? Because a lot of the expectations that people put on us, like some people tell us that we need to go to college, we need to go to school, we need to work this type of job, we need to have this type of family. But in reality, is that really what you expect for your life? Is that really what you want for your life? So you have to be real. You have to be realistic with yourself and not live in a fantasy of the expectations that you want for yourself. Now, I'm going to say this also. If you're going to have those expectations, then of course you're going to have to write these down. You're going to have a plan. Make a plan out for your life with those expectations. Just don't go about it and fly freely trying to guess what's your next move, because life is a chessboard. You have to move strategically in order to meet those goals that you're expecting to meet, right? In order to win in life, you have to move strategically. So when you're out there and you're making those expectations of your life and everything, just remember that you have to take it one step at a time. Walk as slow as possible in order to get what you need, right? You don't run down a hill, you walk down the hill. And as you're walking down that hill, you make sure that you're going to take in everything that's around you that you expect. I expect to win. I put people around me that they expect to win. So you got to watch who your friends are, what they're doing. Are they expecting to win, or are they living at their own expectations? Not what somebody else said, oh, you should do this, you should do that. And you have to watch out, because people put their expectations on you because they're afraid to try those things. They're afraid to get out the boat and walk on the water. So you have to be realistic with yourself. You have to understand that what you're doing is something that's going to help you improve. So every day is a new improvement in your life. So you have to write down and say, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to achieve today. This is what I'm trying to attack today. This is what I'm looking to knock down today for your expectations, right? And sometimes you have to make them small. Go after the small things first, then go after the big things. Because once you start accomplishing and completing those small tasks that you expect to complete, then you can start attacking the bigger ones, right? So you don't want to make it where you overwhelm yourself. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. You want to make sure that you can attack that task and get it done and knocked down. And at the end of the day, once you do knock it down and you get it done, you'll feel a whole lot better about yourself. That's a guarantee. You will feel a whole lot better about yourself because now it gives you an inspiration that you can go on to the next one, right? And that's what it's all about, moving on to the next one. Because in these expectations of life, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it, right? Like my children, I don't expect them to live the life that I want to live. I expect them to live their own lives. My friends, I don't expect them to live the life that I live. I expect them to live their own lives. And doing that, that's what makes us authentic, right? That's what makes us different because I have my own expectations of which direction I desire my life to go in. And it's not for nobody else. It's just for me, right? So when you're writing down and you're planning your expectations and you're planning things that you're going to do, right, you're going to oftentimes have to go and exercise those things that are in your life. And when I say exercise, I mean, you're going to have to lose weight reaching those expectations. And losing weight does not just have to be physical. Does not just have to be physical. Part of living a good life and expecting to live longer and do those things, you do have to be physical. But I'm talking spiritual, mental. You know, you have to lose the weight of those things in this life in order to meet the expectations that you want to reach, right? Because if you want to be successful in business, what are your expectations? What are your plans? Have you written out anything in order to say, these are the steps that I'm going to take in order to reach that desired success and become an entrepreneur and opening up my business, right? It's plain and simple. But sometimes we can get off track because, like I said, people will say, oh, you should do this or you should do that. But the reality is, if they haven't tried it, how can they tell you to do it, right? They want to see if you can do it and are you successful in doing it? Will you succeed in doing it? Then after that, they'll try it. But they're putting that weight on you when you already have weight on yourself, right? Because you have internal expectations that you're trying to get to and trying to achieve and trying to reach and trying to be successful at, right? So in this life, there's going to be a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but you just keep walking forward through those steps and keep good people around you, people that are going to motivate you, people that are going to inspire you, people that are going to encourage you, people that are going to uplift and feed your spirit because they know which direction you're trying to go in. And that's my whole desire. That's the Conversation King's desire, is to help people get to those realities in life that they're trying to get to, right? Because on the Conversation King show, we're going to talk about reality. We're going to talk about things that are in the community. We're going to talk about people that are in the community that are making an impact, but they're in their own zone with their own expectations, making that impact. So that's what we want for you. And I'm, like I said, once again, this is the Conversation Kingz. I'm Dominic Emerson here on LA Talk Radio. And I want the best for you. And you should want the best for yourself, right? So this is the start of something new. This is the start of something where you can see your progression, right? If you listen along, follow, like, tune in, subscribe, you can see the progression because that's what I'm going to walk through. The progressions in life, right? Because we go from children to young adults to adolescence. But what is the in between in life? Did you meet any of those expectations that you set for yourself? Those goals that you set for yourself? See, once you start setting goals for yourself, it becomes personal. On a personal level, that now I have to get to the business of reaching those, of getting to where I want to be in life. And will it be easy? No, it's not going to be easy. Will it be a journey? Yes, it's going to be a journey. There's going to be times when you feel like giving up, and that's natural. That is very natural, where you feel like giving up, but you don't give up. You don't give in. You don't quit. You keep fighting the good fight and keep moving forward, because how else are you going to reach your expectations of what you desire in life? You have to keep the faith, keep it whole within your life, and you'll understand that in due time, you'll get there. Don't rush it. You'll get there. And that's where you should be at, trying to get to that place where everything works out accordingly to what you would want it to be, right? So once you start focusing on the little things that you can expect to reach, then you'll know that, okay, I expected to reach this and I got here. I expected to reach that and I got there. And then you start climbing a little higher, a little higher. But see, the journey is the whole key. It's not the mountaintop, it's the journey. And the journey of going through that valley and trying to understand yourself and understand the things that are going on inside of you personally, but those expectations to push to the next level. How can you get there? First, you got to step back and know yourself. Be real with yourself and be real in turning and say, this is who I am. This is what I expect out of my life. I know my mother expects me to go to college. I know my father expects me to go out and get a good job and as a lawyer, but you may not want to be a lawyer. You may not want to go to college. You see, but you have to understand what you want to do in this life. Because if you don't understand it, nobody else is going to understand it. If you don't expect to get to those points in life where you are successful, and when I say successful, see, success is different for every individual. My success may be different from your success. The way we say success, or the way the world tells you you're successful, is about all the wealth that you have in the bank and those type of things. But you can be successful just by starting a bank account. You could be successful just by starting a family. You could be successful just by writing a paper. You could be successful just by starting to write that book. You can be successful. And that could be your success. But what are you expecting out of it, right? So you just have to be in a place where, if you're in that place and you're expecting those things to happen, you got to expect to win. You have to expect to win in all facets of life, in the direction that you're going in. Because if you don't expect to win, nobody else is going to expect you to win, right? So my whole thing is, expect goodness is going to happen for your life. You have to write it down. You have to make it plain. I'm sort of what people say, I'm an optimist, right? But I'm optimistic because my expectations are always that I'm going to win. Even when it looks like I'm losing to the outside eye, it looks like I'm losing. And sometimes we get caught up with the noise that's coming in from each side, right? From telling you can't do this, or you're not going to be able to go this route. And we get caught up with that noise. But if you're optimistically expecting that you're going to win, then it's going to happen. But you have to know that within yourself. You have to know that without a shadow of a doubt, with no questions at all. I love that saying, just win, right? Because I expect to just win, right? And all the things that I do, no matter how I do them, whether they're small or they're large, I expect to win. I expect success. I expect me to be able to reach whatever I set out to reach. And like I said, is it going to be easy? No, it's not. But it will be appreciated a whole lot more the harder it is. The more difficult it is, and the trying times and the fires that you're going through. When you get to the end of the road and you look back on the journey that you've come through, you'll say, you know what? It was well worth it. It was well worth going through there. I think this thing froze up on me. This is a bad area. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I think this computer froze up on me. So you have to keep going and have to keep pushing through life and internally. You have to keep going and keep focused. Okay, that sounds great. I'll move to a different area. I'm going to take a little break right now, and I'll be right back. The Conversation Kings will be right back. I'm going to take a break. Yeah, I think it's StreamYard. I might just use my phone.